Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah Bashem, Yahawashi Bahashem, Waharakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, peace, many blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayafta for whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect. I pray that this lesson is edifying for those of you that have the eyesight and ears to hear. I'll have an article from RT News, and I'm gonna get straight to it. It says U.S. Congress to question Pentagon on UFOs. It says the House Intel Committee will hold its first public hearing on unexplained aerial phenomena in 50 years. So, this lesson I wanted to entitle it "The King of Babylon have heard the report." Okay, so he's hearing the report of these different chariots. He's hearing the report of these, these different wars that are breaking out. He's hearing the report of, the quote unquote racial tension. You have the financial system falling apart. Bitcoin, fell another 5% or 50% today, or the last few days, and it's just been an ongoing slaughter that the Heavenly Father has sent as far as plagues into Babylon the Great, and by extension, the rest of the world. It says the U.S. House Intelligence Committee has scheduled a hearing to follow up on some 143 UFO sightings reported between 2004 and 2021. Representative Andre Carson, a Democrat of Indiana, revealed on Tuesday. This is the hearing scheduled for next Tuesday will be held by the Intelligence Committee Subcommittee on Counterterrorism, Counterintelligence, and Counterproliferation, which Carson chairs. It says since this is an area of high public interest, any undue secrecy can serve as an obstacle to serving the mystery. All right, and it's not a mystery to the men of the Lord. The men of the Lord understand what this is, and you know what? We have a tool to explain it for us, and it's called the Bible. And it lives. The Bible lives, and it's a spirit, and it also is a tool to destroy and cut down the wickedness. All right, or the false prophets' wickedness and all of the things of this world that speak against the Lord and His ways. All right. It says, or it could prevent us from finding solutions to potential vulnerabilities, which you're not going to be able to destroy the prophets. So you're not going to be able to destroy the chariots of the Most High. Okay, they are spiritual vehicles, and your spirit and your vehicles are flesh. And we're going to go into that. All right, it says Carson told the New York Times. It says this hearing is about examining steps that the Pentagon can take to reduce the stigma surrounding reporting by military pilots and civilian pilots. It says among those testifying before the subcommittee are Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Secretary Ronald Moultrie and Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray. Both have been involved with further investigating the 143 sightings detailed in a report released last year by the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, an office that has since been replaced by the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group. It says the new division led by Moultrie is supposed to detect, identify, and attribute objects of interest in special use air force or airspace, and to assess and mitigate any associated threats to safety of flight and national security. Now, they say all this to say that basically they're trying to stop Yahawashi from making his second return on this earth. Because obviously they have an invested interest in keeping Yahawashi out of here, because that's how they're going to eat. They're going to be able to keep the earth in the same power structure that it is right now, which is of the wicked, which is of the border of wicked, which is the border of wickedness, Esau, Edom. Okay. Continuing, it says public discussion of UFOs has increased since 2017 when it was revealed the Pentagon had a project known as Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or the AATIP, tasked with identifying or at least trying to identify such aircraft. Last year's report released to Congress, while largely classified, hinted that the Pentagon was involved in analyzing the advanced technology seemingly displayed by UFOs, which it has divided into multiple categories, admitting in one partially redacted section that UAPs, unexplained aerial phenomenon, probably lack a single explanation. That's because the Lord didn't want you to have that explanation. He wants you just to react to it. The Lord is showing you that He is the one that's in control. Okay, let's go to Psalms. See, the Lord, people say the Lord can't have, a chariot vehicle for, why he can't? Why is it that the Lord can't? Why is it that the so-called white man can have a chariot, can have many chariots, but the Lord can't? See, people just, anyway, this is Psalm 68 and 17. It says, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord YAHAWASHI is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. That's right. So, all right, the chariots are going to come in multitudes, and they're going to come many, and they're going to fight. Okay? And you're not going to be able to just say, oh, no, we're going to nuke. No. Lord, the Lord's chariots are impervious to human hands. Okay? You're not going to be able to destroy what you can't catch. All right? Let's read that one more time. Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord YAHAWASHI is among them. That's right. YAHAWASHI is going to be among them. It says, as in Sinai and in the holy place. Verse 18, it says, thou hast ascended on high. Thou hast led captivity captive. Thou hast received gifts from men, yea, for the rebellious also. For the Lord Yahweh, thy power might dwell among them. That's right. So the Lord is getting ready to judge or send judgment on the earth in the form of the chariots in this article, according to prophecy. Is it going to be the only prophecy? No. But in this article right now, they're addressing quote unquote UFOs. And so our job is to be able to break it down, help you understand what they're actually seeing. So when it comes, you have no excuse. Okay. Let's go to Exodus 13 and 21. This is Exodus 13 and 21. It says, and the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud. What's a pillar of a cloud? Now, is the Lord Yahweh absolutely just in the side of a white cloud? No. Okay. But let's read. Let's continue reading. It says, and the Lord Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way. It says, and by night in a pillar of cloud, in a pillar of fire. Okay, so it's a cloud by day and fire by night. That is clearly talking about the chariots. It says, to give them light, to go by day and night. He took them not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before thy people. So, all right, the Lord has the chariots set up for many different functions. Okay, on the one hand, it's a protection for the elect. On the other hand, it's a destruction and a curse unto the people that are not of the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, continuing. Let's go to let's go to Zechariah. 2 Kings. I love bringing this scripture out, and it helps you understand that the Lord is not going to leave His elect. Pretty much, SOL. We're not going to be out of we're not going to be SOL out here. The Lord's going to protect His men. He's going to protect His women. He's going to protect His children who are of the elect. That's a promise. This is 2nd Esdras, or Slaki, 2 Kings 6 and 14. It says, therefore sent he he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And so this is what America is trying to do. They're in the same spirit right now, trying to confound the chariots. They're trying to figure out the technology so they can defeat it. Verse 15, it says, and when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? So that's what a lot of Jake's gonna be in that time, who could be of the elect, but might not necessarily understand and believe what they're seeing, or what, if there's going to be any way that's going to get us out, because we're going to need a miracle. I mean, let's just keep it real. We're going to need a miracle. And so the Lord is going to help us see what we need to see so that we can be saved. Salvation is of the elect. All right. Verse 16, 2 Kings 6:16, it says, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. That's right. So when the chariots crack the sky, right now, there are chariots watching over us right now. Even when we go out and camp, there are chariots watching over us. Okay. Making sure to clear the muck. Okay, whenever a bug out comes, or even online, when you have a scoffer, coming into your atmosphere, trying to scoff against you, the angels will move fast on them if you're a man of the Lord. Okay. So remember, there's many more of us than there are them. Even though we're small, quote unquote, in number on the earth, we have an innumerable amount of men. Okay. All right, that are flying the chariots that are going to destroy all the enemies of the nation of Israel, of the elect. Okay. Verse 17 says, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, Yahawah, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord, Yahawah, opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about. Those chariots that the government is that the U.S. Congress is looking to question the Pentagon over. They're trying to figure out a strategy of trying to get rid of those chariots. And here's a promise and a spoiler: you're not going to. You're going to lose badly. YAHAWASHI is going to rack up that victory quite easily, and then you're going into slavery. But before that happens, if you're an Edomite, all right, if you are 2/3, if you are any nation that's not of Israel, if you're not of the elect of the nation of Israel, you're going to be left here in Babylon the Great to burn. Okay, that's just what it's going to happen. All right, that goes to myself. That goes to everyone who's on the shores of America. There's no escape. All right. The only way you get out of this is if you go up. All right. Verse 17 says, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord Yahawah, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord Yahawah opened his eyes, and the young man and he saw. It says, behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. That's right. So, as you can see, the chariots were revealed unto the young man. And he started to believe. He believed that there's no entity, no power that can defeat us if the Lord be with if Yahweh be with us, who can be against us? That's the scripture, right? So much so that even when those who come up against us, all right, who are of our nation, of the nation of Israel, they're going to be confounded too. Isaiah 31:1, it says, woe to them that go down into Egypt for help. Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help. Who is that talking to? That's talking to the nation of Israel, the 2/3, all right, that have sold out, okay, the Lord's wishes, all right. They want Esau to protect them. It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many. You think that because Esau got all these many fighter jets, you think that somehow you're going to be protected. That's you trusting in Egypt, and trusting in Egypt is going to get you killed. Okay. It says, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. See, you look at them, the big ass fighter jets, F-16s and all that kind of stuff, and you see the weaponry. Okay, you see Esau's big guns and all that kind of stuff, and you just think Esau got it. It says, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, which is Yahawashi, neither they seek the Lord Yahawah. That's right. So you ain't seeking the Son or the Father, which that means that's going to bring woe onto you. Verse 2, it says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Yahawashi is going to wreck shop on a lot of you. All right, verse 3, it says, now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh. That's right. And that's what we're telling you. Esau's guns, Esau's weapons ain't going to be able to fuck with what Yahawashi got in store. Okay? And not spirit. It says, when the Lord Yahawah shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. That's right. So if you join on to this devil in these last days, you're done if you're not of the elect. Okay? This Isaiah 31:4 says, for thus hath the Lord Yahawah spoken unto me, like as a lion and a young lion roaring on his prey. Yeah, you can imagine the feel when you hear that lion roar. You're like, oh, nah, I don't want none of that. None of that smoke. This is when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, which is those of fighter jets for Esau. It says he will not be afraid of their voice. That's right. So when they come with their fighter jets and their tanks and their heavy artillery, the Lord is going to look and smirk, because it's going to be a joke. It's going to be a first round knockout. It says he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord Yahweh of hosts come down to fight for the mountain of Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. That's right. So the government of the nation of Israel will be set up under Yahawashi Mashiach, the 12 apostles, and 144,000 men who will become the new government of New Jerusalem and the entire world. Okay. It says, and this is how we're going to be saved now. Although the 2/3 are being, they're being cursed out right now. Okay. They'll be good in the kingdom. But ultimately on this side, it's the elect that's going to matter more than anything. Verse 5, it says, as birds flying, so will the Lord Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. That's right. So we're looking for the defense of the chariots. When we see the chariots, we're looking at defense. When you see the chariots, you're looking at what the hell we're going to do against these. Nothing. My man Brock used to say, there's two things you can do about it. Nothing and like it. Okay. It says, defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over it, he will preserve. That's right. So the elect are going to make it out of America, okay? And they're going to make it through the chariots of the Most High. That's the only way you're going to make it out of here, okay? Let's finish off in the article, and we'll come back for Zechariah. All right? Back in the article, it says, spurring a renewal of public interest in the phenomenon were 3 videos released shortly after the AATIP report. It says, and officially confirmed by the Pentagon in 2020 that showed recordings of unidentified aircraft performing bizarre maneuvers not believed to be possible with known human technology. This is the last public hearings on the UFOs and concluded in 1970, which that's beautiful and through the spirit, because that's around the time when they started claiming they went to the moon, which that's a complete lie. And also Abu Bivens was on the scene, okay, bringing the hearts of men back to the heart of the Most High. All right. Otherwise known as John the Baptist. It says the last public hearings on UFOs concluded in 1970 when the Air Force closed its public investigation into the phenomenon called Project Blue Book. Sound familiar? It says despite numerous reports from pilots, both military and civilian, the Air Force concluded that no UFO had ever been a threat to national security. Not true. Look up the Look up UFO sightings during the Vietnam War. Hell, you can go back before then. Okay, World War II, UFO sightings during World War II, UFO sightings during Vietnam War. Okay, they've always been around. It's just that Esau is starting to finally just address them to the public, but he's been knew about them. Okay, it says. The Air Force concluded that no UFO had ever been a threat to national security, that the objects thus far unexplained did not display advanced technology beyond the knowledge of the day, and that there was no evidence the aircraft in question was extraterrestrial. UFO enthusiasts have cried foul play ever since. And so I bring out this article because, as you can see, Esau is acknowledging the public sentiment on the subject, and so therefore he's trying to create the narrative. He's trying to move the ball, move the goalposts, move everything, and he's trying to show you or prove to you that he has everything in order. Okay, and he's even going to do a false flag, which that's where Blue Book was mentioned. Okay, and he's going to try to trick you into believing the second coming of the world, or who the world didn't call you, Jesus Christ, is going to come with love and compassion for the entire world, and that's a complete lie. The Bible speaks against that. All right, this is Jeremiah 50:43. It says, "The king of Babylon have heard the report of them." The king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as a woman in travail. And that's what Esau is right now. He is petrified of the prospect of the YAHAWASHI Mashiach cracking those clouds. That's why he's trying to set up nukes in space. He's trying to set up everything he can as a deterrent. That's why you got space trash, okay, just floating around the earth, man. Okay, because Esau is trying to figure out a way to keep YAHAWASHI and his angels out of the earth, so that he can continue to reign perpetually. And no, that's a spoiler. No, Esau, you're going into slavery. All of you Edomites. All right, no matter what you look like, black Edomite, Chinese Edomite, a regular looking Edomite, you all Edomites. You're all going into slavery. Okay. Let's finish off in Zechariah. Zechariah 5:1, and when these chariots come, and they're coming, they're not going to be nice to you that are not of the elect. All right, Zechariah 5:1, it says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll." And that's what we see. We see chariots on a daily basis. Some of us more often, some of us a little bit less. But for the most part, the men of the Lord who truly believe, the Lord has given them the spirit to be able to see the chariots. Now, I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying there are some brothers that just don't have the eye salve. It's not their fault. It's just how it is. Anyway, it says, I need more tangible proof. Anyway, it's in verse 2. It says, "And he said unto me, What seest thee? What seest thou?" It says, "And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits." So, this is the elder brother, okay, Zechariah. All right, he's giving you a glimpse at what he thinks the size could be. Okay, verse 3, it says, "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth." That's a curse. It's a curse. So when you seeing the fact that we're seeing the chariots, this is a curse into this place. All right. It says, "For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off on this side, or who steals more than Esau?" Do we need to answer that? Anyway, it says, and for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. That's right. So the Lord is not going to let no flesh get away with wickedness. None. All of them. All wicked flesh will be judged. All right. Verse 4, it says, in Zechariah 5:4, it says, "I will bring it forth, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief." Who's a bigger thief than Esau? I'll wait. Verse continuing, it says, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. A lot of people do that. A lot of people, calling him Jesus, calling him God, just being a weirdo, being a complete weirdo. Okay. The Lord has specifically told you through the men that he's dealing with, he has a name, but do people care? No. So that's why judgment's going to take place on a high level, and it's going to be any and whoever you think is it. If you're not of the elect, you're done. I'm going to just say it like that. All right. It says back in Zechariah 5:4, it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name. I'm going to have to finish up this lesson. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, Shalom.